In this video, I'd like to talk to you about privacy on the web, do not tracking. So when you're going to websites, you have these things called trackers and cookies and ad companies that have code behind the scenes of a web page, and they're tracking what you're doing. So they know what you're clicking on, what actions you're taking, what you're doing on the website, and they're all collecting that information. Well, we don't necessarily give permission for this. We're never asked to voluntarily let them watch us and track us. So I'm going to show you some tips and techniques and some free add-ons that you can use on your computer, on your web, and on your mobile devices to help you not to be tracked if you don't want to and keep your privacy. Now, just to share, not necessarily these things are getting your personal information like your home address, your phone numbers, your name, those things. But what they can do, they can track the IP address. That's the ID of what computer is going out on the internet and through what company. So they can track that. They can tell what kind of device you're using. They can also tell what websites you're going to and what you're doing on them. So again, this is a lot of things that maybe we don't want other people to track us. And when I show you some of these things, you'll be very surprised how much is really being tracked out there. So let's say just picking out a website, let's say the Kohl's website. And this can be any website. In the Google Chrome browser, you have this really neat tool. It's just right in front of the website URL. All you do is click on the icon right here, and it brings up a little pop-up menu, which is pretty neat. And it shows me that there's like 38 cookies through Kohl's and 243 others that are being allowed to watch us and track me on this website, which is kind of crazy. So Google lets you click right here to show more information. And these are all the companies that have code in this web page that get to track me. Now, if I didn't want any of these, I can just click on it, and I can choose block or remove that cookie to not allow it. In front of it, there's a triangle, and I can click these little triangles, and I can kind of see what they're doing. So I can click on it, I can read a little bit more information, what they get to do, what they're doing. A lot of times when even blocking or deleting them, going to a website, sometimes they come up again. But you can block different cookies, and then this list will show you what you have blocked, which is pretty cool. Another thing, when you're here, you can see the connection. So this is pretty nice. You can see if this website has been verified, if they're encrypting the data. So you can see even some connections, this website from them to you, and through the tubes and wires and Wi-Fi and radio signals we call the internet, how good your connection is. So you can see that things are encrypted right now. Usually it's good when it's encrypted. It's like HTTPS. And you'll see that right in the front with a padlock, and that's usually encrypted. Usually that's when you start sending your personal info, like your name, address, credit card info. And then you can click right here. What does this all mean? It even shows you some information on how to read the website connection and what the different symbols mean. And if it's a safe website to go to even. So that's another way to tell if it's safe. The other thing that you can do in Google Chrome browser that's just built in is in the top right hand corner is the settings button right here. And you can choose this thing called incognito window. And when you're in that, you'll see it kind of has this kind of shady guy, and you've gone incognito, kind of spy looking guy. So what happens here is when you're searching the internet, it doesn't allow any cookies or trackers or history to be created while you're on the internet. So that's a nice way to do that. All right, let me show you FireFox, some things that are built into that. So in FireFox, the newest version of FireFox, you can type a little code and turn this really neat privacy tracker on. So you would just type about, colon, and the word config. And then you're going to get this message right here. Just say, click the button, I'll be careful. And in the top search box, you're going to search for the keyword, it's all one word, no spaces, privacy dot tracking protection, and press enter. And you're going to get this feature that you can enable right now. All you do is double click right here. I believe it will say false for you, but if you double click, you can turn that on, which is pretty cool. So what does this mean? Well, if you have that turned on, you can go to a website, let's say Yahoo, for example. And when I'm at Yahoo, you're going to get a symbol right in front of the web address, kind of like what Google Chrome does. So I just click on that right here, and it gives me a little bit of information about what's being tracked. I can disable protection for this site. Right now it's protecting me. So all those things that you saw on the Kohl's website, if I have this turned on in Firefox, all of those things aren't tracking me at all when I go on the web now in Firefox. So it's a built-in protection tracker for you. If you're interested to see what it's blocking, all you have to do is on the keyboard, it's a shortcut key, Control, Shift, and the letter K, and it brings you up right here all the different things that are being tracked right now. So you can see what companies, what things, and what's being blocked. So that's kind of cool. So let's try the Kohl's website just for example. I'm curious. So once we go to Kohl's, whoa, look at all those things being blocked. Tons of things. So just having that on, that's a really nice feature in Firefox to turn on. And then I can just close this at the bottom so I can see my website. All right, a couple other things I want to show you that are on the web and tools. There is a website, disconnect.me, and this is a free add-on that you can add to your web browsers and to your mobile devices. So you can even go to your web app store or the app store on your mobile or web store. And it's for Mac, Windows, Android, iOS. You can get it for free. They do offer a premium. It's like $5 a month, but the free is definitely okay. And that does very similar to what we just saw, that thing that we turned on in Firefox does. Also, there is an extension for your web called Ghostery. And this is a Chrome extension. So that means you would just go to the Chrome Web Store and you can add that to your Chrome browser. And this is built in very similar to what we saw with Firefox. It just builds it into the Chrome Web Store, web browser, that you can visit different websites and it won't track you at all those cookies. Another really neat tool is AdBlock Plus. And again, that's a nice install for the Chrome web browser. And this will actually block the ads on a website. So it can block tracking, malware, ad banners, pop-ups, video ads. So it's pretty cool. So you don't have all that clutter around if you visit websites with lots of ads. So that's a very good, well-known, highly rated extension. And then one more just to share is uBlock. So uBlock is another extension you can add to Safari, Chrome, or Firefox. And it does very similar. It blocks the ads and trackers and cookies on your web. So all of these, you only need one of them. So either do disconnect, Ghostery, AdBlock, or uBlock for your Chrome web browser. And then Firefox, you can see that you can turn on a really neat privacy setting. Just to share, the Firefox utility, we had to do a little bit of changing some of the settings and enabling it. It's actually going to be available in version 39. So currently we are on, there's a really neat website called whatbrowser.org. And we're currently on version 37. So whatbrowser.org is a great website to see what browser you're using. Plus, if it needs to be updated, there'll be a button about right here to update that browser. So that's always good to be having the most updated browser. And then it even gives you a choice to even download the other web browsers of your choice. So we're on version 37. You have to do that little bit of enable code. But just to share, in version 39, you're going to have it built in. And they tell me in version 39, it's going to be under your options. And it's going to be under the privacy tab right here that you can turn it on. And here at the end, I saved the best for last, some tips and tricks for deleting your web history and cookies right within the browser itself for Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Internet Explorer. So in the Chrome web browser, all you gotta do is go in the top right hand corner, those three lines, some people call it the hamburger button. And from here, you're gonna click on History on the list. And this is nice just to see the different websites you've been on before. But if you want to clear out that data, you just click Clear Browsing Data, this button right here. And what will happen is you can check each item that you want to clear. Well, you want to kind of be careful. Make sure you check the things that you want. You can clear your browsing history and your cookies, as we talked about. Now, if you have Google Chrome log you in automatically with your passwords or fill out your data in the form text boxes online, you might not want to check these boxes because that will make you sign into your websites and those things. I don't recommend letting the browser remember your passwords. I'll make another video with how to remember your passwords and password managers that I would recommend instead of the web browser. But anyways, you just check what you want here. And then right here at the top, you get to choose how often you want to do this, the past hour, the past day, the past week, or even the beginning of time. That's a long time ago. And then you just click this button here, clear browsing data, and it will delete it. And you can just close out that tab at the top, and you're good to go. All right, Firefox. Let's see how to do it in there. Firefox is very similar. In the top right-hand corner is that hamburger button, and you're going to click on Options. And then from here at the very top on that Privacy tab you want to be, you have a link where it says you may want to clear your recent history. Go ahead and do that. And then you can check as well your history and your cookies, just like Google Chrome gave us. And at the top, you can choose the time frame, very similar to Google Chrome, the last hour, today, or everything. So let's do that. And just clear Now button and click OK, and you're good to go. Then you have IE. So in IE, all you have to do is go in the top right hand corner is the settings gear, a little different. And you're going to go to Internet Options right here. And from here, you're going to click on this delete button. And that's under this general tab, but you'll click delete. And again, it gives you those check boxes. You want cookies, you want your history, your form data, your passwords. You decide what you want and just click delete and it will do it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope this gives you more of a choice on if you want to be tracked or not, and the tools that you have available to make that decision, where we're not being asked, but now you have some tools if you did not want to be tracked and what you can do. Thanks.